PAM Health is accepting donations for victims in Ukraine. Tony F. Mistiano is the principal president of PAM Health. Mistiano has over 30 years experience in healthcare. He's a generous person who thought of the idea. Vicky Fankhauser, materials manager, says she's proud of her leader for rising to the occasion.
He always is there in any other crisis. He's there from hurricanes onto this project that we're working on right now, and I think that's wonderful that he steps up to that.
CEO of PAM Health, Christina Adrian, says Mistiano is in charge of the development and operations at the hospitals. There are over 60 across the U.S. These hospitals want to help those who are suffering from the war in Ukraine.
The thought is, like, anything you would take with you to go camping, like tents, flashlights, portable chargers, walkie-talkies, even different snacks like power bars. Those are the things that we're needing to send.
They're accepting donations at all 4 PAM Health hospitals. In addition, they're in charge of shipping the donations to Ukraine.
But anything you don't need, and just keeping in mind, if you're going to go camping, those types of supplies, we will accept and we will ship it for you to Ukraine.
25 News Now is also a drop-off location for donations. PAM Health is accepting medical supplies, gently used clothing, blankets, tents, flashlights, portable chargers, walkie-talkies, and portable snacks. Fankhauser is keeping a close eye on the war coverage. She's especially concerned for children, so she added toys to the donations list.
This one, it's really sad because you see on the news these families that have been, their lives have been interrupted. They're just like we are. They were just like we are, going to work at a normal job, and then all of a sudden look what they're faced with.
If anyone has donations but cannot drop them off, Fankhauser can help make arrangements to get the supplies picked up. Just contact her at 361-827-5322.
We do want to stick to that deadline of March 21st. However, if anyone has supplies from now until then to bring to any of the 4 PAM locations, we'll be happy to ship it to you.
I'm Valerie Perez, KVU TV, 25 News Now.
You can drop off your item donations Friday, March 18th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Join Howard Gordon and Adam Seibel at PAM Inpatient Rehab, 101 James Coleman Drive. Again, Friday, March 18th. 25 News Now, a proud partner with Project PAM Health. Help us stand with Ukraine. Top U.S. intelligence officials warning Congress about the possibility Russia could use chemical weapons against Ukrainians in an attack, potentially as part of a false flag to blame the Ukrainians and the U.S. for it.
The global condemnation growing one day after a deadly Russian airstrike on a maternity and children's hospital in Mariupol. Ukrainian officials say the attack killed 3 people, including a child, and wounded 17 others. In an on-camera statement, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov confirmed his military was responsible for the attack on the hospital, but claimed it was really a base for Ukrainian radicals. Hours later, a new story. Russia's defense minister said Russian troops were not responsible and claimed the hospital bombing was staged. Ukraine's President Zelensky called the attack on innocent civilians at a medical facility a war crime. Zelensky going on to say Russia's invasion of his country will backfire. Meanwhile, in Turkey, talks between Russia and Ukraine's top diplomats concluding without any progress toward ending the war. In a remarkable statement, Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov denying Russia had invaded Ukraine. He added Moscow is ready to continue negotiations, but still claiming Ukraine poses a threat to their security. Ukraine's foreign minister seeming to cast doubt on how productive any future talks would be.
Russia is not in a position at this point to establish a ceasefire. They seek a surrender. This is not what they are going to get.
Almost 2.5 million refugees have fled the country, most of them escaping to Poland. Vice President Harris is there, meeting with Poland's leaders and with refugees, promising another $50 million in U.S. humanitarian assistance.
We are here to support you, and you are not alone.
And U.S. intelligence officials are on high alert for cyber attacks the Kremlin might launch in response to American military aid to Ukraine and the severe economic sanctions being imposed by the U.S. and Europe. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Senator Ted Cruz sharing his support of a trucker convoy protesting COVID-19 restrictions. 25 News Now, Christian Delgado following the story and has more. Christian?
U.S. Senator Ted Cruz posted that message and a video on Twitter today. It shows Senator Cruz on a ride-along with a truck that is so-called that's part of the so-called People's Convoy. The convoy protested mask and vaccine mandates in Washington, D.C. this week. They are calling for an end of the national emergency put in place by former President Donald Trump in 2020 and extended by President Biden last month. They also want an end to some federal vaccine mandates. One media outlet reports 3,000 vehicles are now taking part in the convoy. Back to you, James.
Christian, thank you so much. Brian, you got my attention yesterday with your strict finger, but one word for today's weather, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the clouds started to roll on in. Take a look at the high-res visible satellite. I love this, folks, because look at this. We're picking out a couple of features here. High clouds moving from west to east. You can see that there, but you can see the low cloud deck rolling on in, and that cloud deck's going to continue to be with us, especially as we go through tonight and through most of tomorrow here. But looking at temperatures, 66 degrees right now, winds out of the southeast at 13 miles an hour. And it looks like as we go through tomorrow, yeah, temperature is going to be taking a big drop. We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes. James.
Thank you, Brian. Democrat gubernatorial nominee Beto O'Rourke expected in Victoria Friday afternoon. O'Rourke is holding a People of Texas town hall at 2:30 p.m. at the UHV University North Building multipurpose room. O'Rourke's website describes the town hall as a conversation about education. O'Rourke's campaign says each event will focus on how the people of Texas can overcome the current divisions and unite around popular things Texans want to accomplish, like expanding Medicaid, creating jobs, and funding schools. Here's your viewer poll this afternoon. Do you plan to attend Beto O'Rourke's campaign event Friday afternoon? Yes or no? We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com to participate. Don Brubaker will have what you and your neighbors are saying on 25 News Now at 6. Right now at crossroadstoday.com, you can read an article by Woodrow Wilson Wagner II. He's the Victoria County Democratic Party chairman. He's writing about tomorrow's campaign event. The new COVID-19 Test to Treat program rollout is underway in the U.S. It means if you test positive for COVID-19, you can get free antiviral medication to help treat it. Here's more on how the program works and where you can get the free medicine.
2 COVID-19 antiviral pills are already available for free in the U.S., but getting them quickly can be challenging.
These treatments work to prevent the worst outcomes of COVID-19.
The new Test to Treat program aims to help that by allowing people to go to one place to be tested for COVID-19 and, if positive, be given free antiviral pills on the spot.
Hundreds of one-stop sites will open across the country this month, located at local pharmacy clinics, community health centers, long-term care facilities, and veterans health centers.
Certain pharmacies across the U.S., including CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart, have confirmed some of their locations are getting ready to take part in the program. Pfizer's antiviral pill is for people 12 and older. Merck's is for adults only. Anyone who tests positive in those age groups can be given the medications to take at home. The treatment works best when given within a few days of the start of symptoms, while the one-stop sites are ordering the COVID-19 antiviral medicines now. The orders have to be delivered before they can be prescribed. Patients are expected to be able to receive COVID-19 antivirals through this program later this week. To find a location taking part, there will be a Test to Treat website expected to launch in mid-March. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Authorities say a person fatally shot last week by a sheriff's deputy at a West Texas apartment complex was a 14-year-old boy. Authorities have not released details about the events leading up to Juan Herrera being shot by a Midland County sheriff's deputy. It would happen around 2:20 a.m. on March 3rd at a Midland apartment complex. The investigation was turned over to the Texas Rangers. In a press release the day of the shooting, the Texas DPS said the person who was shot was taken to a hospital where he died. Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5, a new study out with just how masking up reduced the spread of COVID-19 in schools. Also ahead, actor Jussie Smollett in court today. He'll learn if a judge will order him locked up or allow him to go free.
It's Ford Truck Month, Texas. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and the Ford Ranger. Stop by your Texas Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your Best in Texas Ford dealer today. Place a new retail order and get a Ford F-150 with $2,000 bonus cash plus complimentary maintenance at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.
You are firefighters. You have the best job in the world. I'm in. I'm in.
I am your captain. Don't make me repeat myself.
I wish you were staying.
I have 20 minutes.
I thought I would tell you about my new crush. Tell me why you're interested in Grace Sloan.
You. I want to learn from you.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's an Nissan salesman ad. Right on cue. This Rogue's got more power than that CRV. Might want to hold on.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
Universal mask wearing in schools could reduce the spread of COVID-19 by more than 70%. Wednesday, the journal Pediatrics released a study finding school districts that required everyone to wear a mask at all times reduced infections by 72%. That was compared to schools where masks were optional. The study took place during the Delta surge last year and looked at 61 school districts across 9 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Now to the trial of actor Jussie Smollett. Smollett was convicted by a jury back in December for false reporting a hate crime attack on himself.
In a Chicago courtroom Thursday, actor Jussie Smollett learning his fate. The decision comes more than 3 months after a jury found Smollett guilty on 5 out of 6 counts of felony disorderly conduct. Prosecutors argued the actor, who was a part of the TV series Empire, staged a racist and homophobic attack on himself back in 2019 when he told police he was walking home from this Subway shop and 2 men attacked him, yelling racial and homophobic slurs and putting a noose around his neck. They say he instructed those 2 men to do it. Authorities began questioning Smollett's story when he declined to fully cooperate with the investigation. However, Smolett maintains the attack was not a hoax, and the defense argued authorities rushed to judgment.
There is a presumption of innocence. That was non-existent in this case.
2 brothers, former extras on Empire, testified Smolett hired them to carry out the attack. Smolett took the stand and accused those brothers of trying to extort $2 million from him, but the brothers deny that accusation. Smollett's lawyers have said they plan to appeal the conviction and that Smolett is 100% confident he will win. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
High blood pressure affects millions of Americans. Here's more on how high is too high and when it's dangerous.
Diet, exercise, and daily medications can help people manage their high blood pressure, and some recent studies show Americans are making progress. But high blood pressure can also be dangerous, even deadly, and lead to things like heart attacks, strokes, and kidney damage. While high blood pressure crises are relatively rare, researchers from the Schmidt Heart Institute found that rates of hospitalizations and death related to high blood pressure more than doubled in the last 20 years. Researchers looked at data from across the country and found that while men were more at risk, women had similar rates of dying from dangerously high blood pressure. These results stress the importance of maintaining a healthy blood pressure and staying prepared by knowing the danger signs. Experts warn people to watch out for things like headaches, chest pain, and difficulty breathing. These may be symptoms that your blood pressure is too high. Blood pressure management must be individually tailored. Speak to your medical team about which strategies are right for you. If you have high blood pressure and experience concerning symptoms, talk to your doctor right away or call 911 for immediate help. With this Medical Minute, I'm Em Nguyen.
All right, grab your cell phone, scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, get breaking news alerts, and vote in our viewer polls. You can also submit news tips and photos, and you'll know all about our ongoing contests.
In 24 hours, folks, it is going to be downright cold out there, and rain is going to be moving away, and temperatures are going to be headed for the freezing mark. Yeah, we got a lot of changes going on here within the next 24 hours. We're going to talk much more about it coming up after the break. Stay with us.
News Center 25 at 6 and 10 is also heard on KVNN 1340 AM, Victoria's News Network.
This week's Lean On Me $500 giveaway is brought to you by Victory Buick GMC. Our drive is to help the community thrive.
My name is Troy York, and I'm the General Manager of Victory Buick GMC. I'm with Tommy and Letitia Garza. They're the winners of our Lean On Me. What are y'all going to spend this award money on?
Well, it helps out on a lot of things, like gas money to go get treatments in Houston, for the cancer, and then, medicine and stuff like that. It helps out in all kinds of ways, it's a blessing.
It's a big blessing, and we thank y'all
for
this.
And make sure that you visit Victory Buick GMC or Victory Kia today and nominate somebody to win Lean On Me.
You or someone you know could be next week's $500 winner. Go to Victory Kia or Victory Buick GMC to drop off an entry in the Lean On Me Dropbox with your story and contact info. Go to crossroadstoday.com/leanonme for more info or to enter online.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
People ask me all the time, how come the best crawfish come from Louisiana? You know what I say? Clean water and blackjack mud. Louisiana gold as far as you can see. These crawfish get way down in the mud where it's cool and keeps them fat and happy. Each season we catch millions of pounds and they go straight to H-E-B. Now this is my Louisiana gold. So I said bon. This is the best live crawfish department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
And welcome back, everybody. Wanted to start off with some alerts that have already been issued by the National Weather Service. You can see all of these colors here in peach. That's a kind of a little bit of a wind advisory going on, and these go for tomorrow starting at noon all the way through about midnight for sustained winds out of the northwest at 20 to 30 miles an hour. Could see some wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour, but the one thing you'll notice, Victoria is not included in it, and I was looking to see why, but Corpus Christi Forecast Office, which is included in the Victoria County as well as Calhoun and heading over to Goliad and Refugio and B counties, they said that they're going to wait at least probably for the next shift to kind of make that call whether or not a wind advisory should be issued. But I think there really should be one because it looks like the winds are really going to be on the high side. But as far as the waters, hey, there is a gale warning. So yeah, tomorrow is not going to be the best day to be out on the water because look at that. Those winds could be out of the north at 25 to 35 knots and those seas could be up to 12 feet. As far as those temperatures right now, 66 degrees in Victoria where they had more sunshine, 74 degrees in Gonzales here, look about 67 degrees in Palacios. As far as those winds continuing to come in from the Gulf of Mexico, anywhere from about 8 to 13 miles an hour average, even 15, especially in Port O'Connor. As far as the satellite, as we showed you at the top of the show, yeah, we got the low cloud deck already starting to move on in. And the front, where is it? Well, it's up to our north here, so everything behind the front already looking at temperatures that are already below freezing, especially in Amarillo. Look at that, 26 degrees, 48 in Lubbock, 60 in Midland. So yes, temperatures are already starting to fall already here in the Lone Star State. And eventually we are going to be expecting the temperatures to be falling for us as we go through tomorrow. So let's talk about what's going to be happening. Let's break everything down for you. We're going to take you hour by hour with Future Tracker. The clouds will continue to be with us. Rain chances expected to pick up even overnight tonight. And at the same time, there could also be some areas of some patchy dense fog. Now early tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, front is going to be just outside of the crossroads, but getting into the area, could see a line of some showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms, but behind the front, winds are going to be increasing and temperatures are going to be falling. But look what happens by 7 o'clock. Most of the precipitation moves on out. Clouds begin to break. In fact, we're going to be expecting clear skies as we get into our Saturday morning here. And this is what's going to help to allow for those temperatures to be dropping below the freezing mark. Even in the afternoon on Saturday, looking at a lot of sunshine. But look what happens with the winds and the wind gusts. You can watch the front coming on through. Look at this. This is Friday afternoon. Sustained winds over 20 miles an hour in many locations, but those wind gusts over 30 and some areas getting close to 40 miles an hour. Goodness. And even as we get into Saturday morning, still could be dealing with some breezy conditions. But let's talk about those temperatures and wind chills, because eventually that's going to be the story also for tomorrow. We are going to be expecting those temperatures to be falling as we get into the afternoon into the 40s. But those wind chills already feeling like 32 degrees in Gonzales. And as we get into the evening hours, yes, it's going to get downright cold here with the wind still howling coming in out of the north. And as we get into our Saturday morning, could see those air temperatures below freezing in many locations, but those wind chills could be in the teens, maybe even low 20s. So yes, it looks like this is going to be the last gasp of winter. And then, of course, temperatures will moderate as we get into the weekend and next week. As far as tonight, 50s here, we're going to be expecting 50s and 60s for parts of the area. Eventually, we'll drop to right around 53 degrees, some patchy fog where those showers are going to be developing. Temperatures are going to fall throughout most of the day tomorrow. Like I said, in the afternoon, they'll be in the 40s here. 30 degrees is what we're forecasting for an overnight low temperature Saturday morning. 34 on Sunday. We spring forward. Then another front arrives late Monday and early Tuesday. That could give us about a 30% rain chance, but high temperatures come back down into the 70s. And then for St. Patrick's Day next Thursday, could see high temperatures right around 80 degrees.